It's lovely to see you both. I hope you're doing well. It's so strange to be back live again. It's been a little while, hasn't it? I'm just trying to get everything up together because I've completely redone my computer setup. So I'm just checking to make sure that all the tech's working properly. So this is kind of like a little bit of a test stream. So hopefully you can hear me, you can see me, and everything's working fine and all of that good stuff. I've got my fingers crossed. Oh, my sound is low and choppy. Right, okay. Let's see if I can do anything about that. Let's go into settings. Hopefully that will be a bit louder. And hopefully less choppy. Let's try bringing that down. Is that any better? I don't have a lot of settings on this. Oh gosh. Right, is that any better? Hopefully. Hello, Stacey Make Attitude Crafters. It's lovely to have you here. I hope you're doing well. And hopefully that might fix my sound issues. I'm hoping. Let's see if we just bring that back down a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with the gosh darn thing. This is what I get for changing this is what I get to change everything. It sounds like I have mics competing. I have no other audio channels. Let's see if I... a loose wire. I'm not entirely sure because everything's kind of all plugged in. I haven't unplugged anything. Oh, I'm such a silly bean. I shouldn't have. Oh, I think I might know what it is. How about now? I just need to try and get access to my chat somewhere because now the software's all changed. I don't have the actual chat box anymore. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the chat up here. Is that any better? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That should be a bit better. I'm hoping. Oh, of course, it was meant to be 8:30. I'm such an honored. I get all excited and I was like, oh, 7:30, best start now. That would explain a lot, actually. Hopefully some more people will come along and join us then. Hopefully my sound is a bit less choppy. I'm kind of hoping. But I have to start doing something, otherwise you guys are going to be like, oh, what we're here for? I mean, there is one other option I could change it to. Let's see if I... How about that? Is that better sound? Hopefully, he says. Ah, well, there we go then. We'll go with that one, if that one's working. Yay! Settings! Woohoo! Right, I'm going to fight to get into here. Much thanks. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad. Right, it just means that, yeah. Right, so what I'm here to show you guys this evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, is... Oh, not that. That's for something else. We don't want to show that off, not yet anyway. So what I'm here to show you is these fantastic moulds by Katie Sue Designs, which now she has control over the Cosmic Shimmer brand. So she's bought this out from I think it was Creative Expressions before they went bye bye. Stop it! I need to make sure I have my chat in front of me. Please don't go away. Right. So I'm here to show you these and this really cool hearty clay stuff, which is paper clay. It is so cool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use it to make up a few things, and I've already got a big tray of bits that I've already made just here, so we can go through those as well, and we'll have a look and do some bits and maybe make a little card or something. But I just wanted to show you how these work because they are so cool. And I absolutely love making with them now. But when I first got them, I was like, oh my gosh, how on earth does one do this? And now I'm like an old pro. But what I would like to do is actually make some cogs. So what you really want to do, so these are food safe, obviously until you put paper clay in them. So if you did want them to decorate cakes and stuff with, you can, but you'd have separate ones for your paper crafting and all that stuff. So what I do is personally I get on better with Vaseline than I do anything else with it, and all I do is just take a nice little nice light little bit on my finger, and I will go over the whole of the moulds before I decide to use them. So I might use only a few of these. Oh my gosh, why is my phone not staying open? Hello, Miss Rhonda. It's so lovely to have you here. Thank you for being here. I'm very appreciative. So I'm just going to lightly go over with just a tiny little bit all of the mould with the Vaseline. Now you can also use vegetable fat. Some people find that a lot easier, but I find that this is a lot better for me to get on with. Hello Trudy, welcome on in. It's so lovely to have you here. I hope you are doing well, friend. I'm a little bit not quite my normal self because I just worked 7 nights. So I'm still a little bit tired, if I'm going to be honest. But I didn't want to let everybody down because I put this in, and I was like, I've not done a live in so long. It has been a little while. So now what you really need is a ball of the clay that's a little bit bigger than what you want to make. So I've got quite a big blob here, and I'm going to go in on. Actually, I'm going to go in on this cog first, and you can see here I'm just manipulating it to go into all the crevices. You can see that, and I'm just pulling it back from the edge as I'm going around because we don't want that going over. And you can also choose as to whether you want that central part of the cog to have a background or if you want to just remove it. Oh, you can also use mold release. Oh, thank you for letting me know that. I did not know that such a thing as it existed. But I tend to find that this works really nicely. And you can see I'm just literally working it into apparently everywhere. I'm working it so it goes into everywhere that it should be going into. And now I've got that. This actually does last for quite a while. So even though it's only a little bit, but I say keep it in there and then keep it in a Ziploc bag as well. But you can have it out for quite a while before it does go solid. It does take about 3 to 4 hours to dry. And you can see here all I'm doing is just working it around and pushing it right down into it and just removing any of the excess there and pulling back. There we are. I'm going to put that bit away in there. I'm so sorry, guys. My phone keeps shutting itself off. I am 100% new to this particular craft. Oh, wow. I'm glad you're here. And you can learn about it from me because I absolutely love doing things like this. I'll show you some of the things that I've made using these. So, as you can see there, all I have to do is just give that a little... I'm just going to pop it down and give it a gentle bit of encouragement just to pop out. And you can see there that I've actually gone a little bit too far. I'm glad it's gone wrong, actually, because I can actually then show you how to correct it. So all I'm going to do is just reball that up, and I'm going to pull out that little extra bit that was in there, because we don't want that to get ruined. And this is the brilliant thing about it, is that if you get it wrong, you can just pop it back in and start again. So I think what happened there was that I didn't quite have enough clay in the mould, and I could kind of feel that there it is a little bit low there, so I'll just bring in a tiny little bit and I'll press that on in, just making sure that we're keeping the centre of that. I have Stamperia. Yes, some of the moulds are so scary to use. It is absolutely crazy. I do have some Stamperia moulds myself. So all I'm going to do is just pop that over. I'm going to give it a nice press because it will actually level it out and make it nice and flat on the back if you do that as well. And then I'm just going to gently release from both sides, and then hopefully, he says, with a bit of luck and a fair breeze, we should have a nice cog. Now you can see here that some of it has gone over. That's from where I pushed it out, but you get the general idea of how these go. It's not going to show up on that camera, but if I show it on that one, you can see all the detail just there. And what I'll actually do is I'll make a smaller cog because that might be a little bit simpler. So I'm just going to squeeze that into... Oh, that's so sad. I'll just squeeze that into the smaller cog and we'll make a smaller cog. And the great thing is as well, we can actually do quite a few of them at the same time. I wouldn't normally do a few of them at the same time. But for the sake of this, I thought, you know what, we'll give it a go and see how it works. I love using paper clay for all types of stuff. You can also plaster and you can get a similar effect. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. So thank you for letting me know. Instead of Vaseline, yes, you can use corn flour instead of Vaseline. You can also use vegetable fat. You can use anything that's going to really help it just pop away from that mould. So I'm just going to clean that all up. And we can see, yeah, steampunk design. I've also got this one that does pipes. So you can make rusty pipes. There's loads of different things that you can get and do, and so there we go. That one will come away just nicely. And there we go. We've got a perfect little cog. You can see just there, hopefully. A bit of luck and a fair breeze. And I'm just going to do the same with the other three. I'm just going to give it a nice good wriggle to get it to release. And there we go. We've got that one just down there. Hopefully that will show. Yeah, there we go. You can see that one showing up just there. And I'll drop that last one. You know, it's the ones that you think would be easier, the bigger ones, and yet it's the ones that are smaller that are the easy ones and want to just pop out. But you can see how I'm really like kind of manhandling it, and it still comes out absolutely perfect. They are so brilliant to do. And not just that, you've got more complex ones here. So, you know, I'm going to do a couple of roses for you. These ones are a favourite. They are. I love them. I don't normally like all the floral bits and bobs. It's interesting that the Vaseline doesn't affect painting the item, or do you? No, it doesn't affect painting it at all, Stacey. You can use absolutely anything you like to paint them with. I've gone over it with watercolour. Because you're using such a teeny little amount, it just evaporates, I think. If you use your heat tool before you remove it, it will help them harden just enough to take it out without too much deformation. See, I didn't even think of that. We do that with the roses. So I'm going to go in just with the tiniest little amount. And I'm just going, and you don't have to do this every time you use them. It's only like once every 3 times or so that you need to kind of give them a bit of prep work. But I will give it a go. I have used these before, but it's been a while, so I don't know if they're still like primed as such. So here we go. I'm going to go in with quite a big ball on that one, and I'm just going to press it down and pull away. And I'm just going to pull back any of the excess. I'm going to press it right down in there because I want it to get all of that lovely detail that's in there. And there we go. Even from that one, see, look, I've got a tiny little bit left, and that should really nicely do that second one from the bottom. And I'm just going to pull the excess that's pushing back, manipulate it and push it in to the mould because we want all of that lovely detailing to come out. And there we are, and I'll do the same with that one as well. See, look, I've out of one big ball, I've got one of each size of the roses done quite nicely, which I'm really glad about. And then I'll just go back in with another ball on that middle one. Now, I wouldn't normally fill all four of them up at the same time, but I'm doing it so that I can show you guys a little bit more. And like that's a bit dented in there, so I'm going to put some more. I'm using paper clay is what I'm using today. So it is very much like it is air dry. It will air dry, but it's not. It has absolutely next to no weight to it when once it is dry. It's actually heavier when you put it into the mold. So, and then all I'm going to do is just from the side there is pop that and do the same there, and then it will just literally pop right on out. And you can see there as well, it's still really detailed. And you can just manipulate those out as well a little bit if you wanted to. So like just with my fingers there, I'm just pulling just to make them look a little bit more like an actual rose petal formation, as you can see there. I'll pop it onto that camera actually, you'll have a better chance of seeing it. You can see there, it looks just a little bit more natural. Can you do your own pulp to do these and let them dry in the molds? You probably could. I've never tried that. I've never actually tried it. Oh, for goodness sake. This stupid computer. Hopefully I didn't drop out. And I'm just going to do the same with these again. And you can see there, just popping it out the mold. You can handle them a little bit, and like just there again, I'm going to pull those, just manipulate them a little bit, so they look a little bit more like real, actual petals. I'm good. Thank you. I'm glad it's not gone boogaloo, because it just threatened to go boogaloo. So, and there we go. I'm just going to pop that one out as well. And they can take a little bit of handling, and it doesn't really matter with things like this as well, because you can just manipulate them to make them look a little bit more like proper flowers. I'll just bring my camera down a little bit because you can't really see them otherwise. Oh, and turn that stupid light off and put that one on. Hopefully that should give a bit of a better view, he says. Oh my gosh, what's going on with my camera? Oh, it's fine now. Let's turn that light up a little bit. There we are. And then just with the littlest one, you could just pop and turn that out. And it's so delicate and it looks so gorgeous. I don't know if I can actually pick that up on the smaller camera there for you. I will try, but it is so, it's so delicate and tiny. It's so pretty. Hello Tracy, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, my lovely. Yeah, they are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? And well, and now we're going to move on to the butterfly. Now these ones can be a bit of a blighter, but I'm just going to prep that mould up again. And on this one, I've actually got dips in here where it's deeper than what the actual level of the mould is. So I will be going in with a bit of extra clay on that one. And I'm thinking probably a ball about yay big. And I won't even use all of that. I will probably have some leftovers from that. And I'll show you my trick of getting the little antlers to stay in as well, because they're not always the greatest at staying in. But you can see I'm just I need some of those gears. I saw a really cool idea to fill a shape with gears to get what I want, but not with metal. It would look great. It would look too heavy. Well, that's the thing, is with these, it wouldn't actually be too heavy for you, because they are literally lighter than light. You can get them on the Katie Sue website. I've put a link in the description of the video, so if you do want to go purchase them, you can do. I don't get any sort of affiliation kickback from that. That's just me doing my bit for the crafty community at large, because we all like to enable one another into buying things that we really would like to play with. And as you can see here, I'm just literally pulling it all about just to make it fit in. And you can see I'm heading up towards the antlers there. There is I mean, they're not really antlers. I don't know what the real name for them is, but ever since Sheena said they were antlers, it's kind of stuck with me on that. So I'm just going to manipulate that across, and I found that is the easiest way to fill the antlers without causing some kind of international incident. Because I literally end up swearing at them if I don't get it in perfectly. So there we go. I'm just going to push all of that back in there, and you can see how easily that, just by that little bit of manipulation, with the clay that those have set in there really, really well, or at least I think they have anyway. Oh yeah, that antennae. Yeah, that would be the ones. And you can see there, I've still got that ball of clay that's come off it. And I'll probably get a little bit more once I flip it over and flatten it again. So, oh, actually, no, that's turned out quite well. It's flattened out really nicely. I mean, there's a little bit just here, but we'll just pull that back into the... There, there's only a tiny bit, so I'm not going to get antsy with that. And then all we have to do is just give it a little bit of a jiggle. Now, I prefer to do it this way and actually do it flat. So I'm going to do it flat because I know it works for me. I flip it over and I start from the bottom and I just give it little wiggles, and pull it up, and it tends to pop out absolutely perfectly every single time. And you can see there just how well that has popped out. Oh yes, please do like and share if you do like what you're seeing, because I had to take quite a bit of a break from YouTube, so unfortunately things aren't quite as great for me as what they were. I will be honest, there's been some health issues and stuff like that that needed to be taken care of, and I had to kind of focus on that, which is a bit rubbish, but it's all kind of in hand and stuff's being sorted out, so it's all good at the moment. But yeah, there we go. I'm just going to give that a little bit of encouragement off of the... And there we go. How perfect is that? And whilst it's still wet, you can manipulate these wings however you want. So you can pull those up, you can push them down. And if you want it to go on, say, a glass project, if you want it to shape to a project, you can actually just do that. And if you want it to fit on something like that, you're best to do it whilst it's wet and just pop it on a glass or something like that to dry and leave it to dry. Because it's still wet, it will hold if you... But I would actually like to show you, if you just give me one moment, I'd like to show you some of the samples that I made that didn't make it to TV, unfortunately. Because there were a few technical issues on my end, so they didn't make it to TV, but I'm going to share them with you now, so hopefully you will like them. So this was made using Cosmic Shimmer's Aurora Flakes and some stamps. So I actually glue stamped that out. As my camera gone wonky? I hope it hasn't, because it's stuck. Oh no. These are the joys. I don't know how to reset that. It all worked. In testing, it all worked absolutely perfectly. And now it's broken. So, oh my gosh. Can you still see, or is the camera not working? Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's gone to the dogs. Yes. I am so sorry, guys. It seems as though that my life is going to be cut short because of technical difficulties. Because without the camera, let me see if this might make a difference. No. Right, I'm so sorry, guys, but I'm going to have to end the stream. Unfortunately, I have lost my cameras. I'm going to have to try and fix that. What I will do is I will put up a live for tomorrow at 8:30 in the evening, UK time, and we'll have to come and pick it back up from there. I really do apologise, guys. If I can get it to come back and work tonight, I will come back on, but at the moment, I think it is a little bit broken, so I will love you and leave you all. I'm so sorry. And I will get back to you hopefully tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are. And I'll see you soon.